What is the one role that you look back on, you think, oh my God, that was incredible?
Starship Troopers was my big break. And then I got Wild Things 4 months before that movie came out.
What's it like to shoot a three-way?
Are we talking about threesomes? Thank God there are no children present. Tender ears.
Coming up.
When it's an adult party like that, just don't invite the kids.
You know what? It's my home.
What's it like to shoot a three-way?
It's uncomfortable.
Is it? It must be.
How many takes?
We did a lot. It's weird.
It's uncomfortable.
But you have to just commit.
The roasted cauliflower has sesame, kale pesto with a little pistachio, eggplant, and tomatoes. Enjoy that.
I will say this, when it was just her and I, it was easier because you just feel like you'll protect each other and you know different things you don't want, you know, that kind of thing. But the other part of it that wasn't easier with that scene was knowing that, you know, people on the crew were, oh, two girls are kissing.
What'd your dad think?
Well, my dad called me and my mom, I told my mom the part, because I didn't want my dad obviously see me in that situation, so I told my mom we're coming up, so she had him leave the theater and she left with him too. When I did Wild Things, that was a tough decision for me because I was raised in a very conservative family and went to church every week. I was raised Catholic. I was a good Catholic girl. He wouldn't want to see his daughter that way anyway, you know? And my mom was the one that actually said, if you feel this is something that you want to do for your career, then you just do it.
Did you know when you booked the job you were gonna have to do it?
Yeah, the language going back and forth to your agents and managers of how many, what nipple, what
Really?
Yes.
Is that what happened?
Really?
Yes.
Only one nipple's approved?
It was actually, but it went to 2.
So let me ask you a question. How will you feel when your girls see it?
Well,
Have
I
they seen
hope
it?
to God they don't
They
see
probably
it.
have already seen it.
They haven't seen it.
They haven't?
No.
Come on. It's a movie. You know your kids are gonna watch it. My kids have watched everything. They know.
It would be weird if I had seen my mom do something like that. No
They'll
way.
see it. Yeah, they
You
will.
think so?
I know they will. Maybe Denise is naive in the fact that she doesn't think her 15-year-old knows exactly what's going on.
I don't want them to have that visual. I didn't think back then, wonder one day what my kids are gonna think.
Don't think
I
of
really
that.
would have changed a lot if I
You
did
really
that.
don't think of that.
Well, listen, you were living in the moment, Jesus.
Yeah, you would never think about that.
I don't know. I look at it a bit differently, though I respect exactly where you're coming from. I do, but we were in Tokyo, and my book came up, and the girls had dropped the bomb that they had read that book when they were 11.
Like, your sex book literally teaches you how to give head.
Oh my God.
Very precisely.
You know, in the moment, I was like, oh my God. But I was like, you know what? Hey, I taught them how to do it right. I gave them...
I didn't think you were going there.
I did. I'm sorry. Think about it. If they're gonna get information, they might as well get good information. It's just sex, for God's sakes. Yeah, it's horrifying to think about your daughter's giving a blowjob. I mean, do you want to think of your daughter's giving a blowjob? No! But hi, welcome to the real world.
Thank you so much.
Denise, I wanted to tell you I'm sorry about the other night. It started with Dorit and me, and then it became like a whole big thing, and it kind of like grew, and I really felt bad.
Yeah, no, I was really taken aback. I did not know where it was coming from.
Well, I think it was between Dorit and me, and then everyone started like chiming in and like, and then I got defensive.
Well,
and
we're a very opinionated group, and we do chime in when one of us, you know, feeling like she was being annihilated for showing up later, and because she was like, who, do we really care who shows up with hair and makeup?
I appreciate when all of you guys look beautiful and all that, but it was just a circumstantial thing, and that's how I felt, and I didn't want it to become a thing, and I'm sorry.
And I just also want to say, as far as the ice sculpture, that's something Eloise picked out. She picked out a shape, and You know, it was something we wanted to do for her. It's big. I think it'll look pretty. Don't you think this is a nice touch with our pizza party? You always have to have a little sparkle, even if it's casual.
The kid thing, I'm like, I didn't.
But that's what's true.
Obviously, I wouldn't know any of that, you know.
But that's the thing where I get back to is we don't know what goes on behind closed doors and what goes on in all of our lives all the time. There's things that we all do share and things that we don't. And it's a lot of it sometimes isn't even any of our business. And I felt like it was such a judgmental thing to say. You know, I had you all over at my house and I had my kids there and their friends. And honestly, I've never talked about a threesome with my child before. I'm not a prude, but that doesn't mean I want my kids or their friends hearing adult conversations at our home. I would not want to hear my mother and her friends talking about threesomes. It's so surprising that these women are not getting it.
Maybe like when it's an adult party like that, just don't invite the kids.
You know what? It's my home.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's true.
I honestly thought it would
Could
all
be okay.
have a wonderful night.
Yeah.
I just think it's a little naive. I mean, yes, it was disrespectful, but I don't think it's anything that they haven't heard.
Of course, it's nothing they haven't heard. I just didn't want them to hear it from their mom and mom's friends. All I kept saying was just, can we just keep it down with the kids right there? I will be mindful of them being in earshot with all of us, that's all.